Everyone had a few questions about my little test bench setup, so I'm going to walk you through this really quick, and then we might have time for a reactivity test. And that's kind of where they started with me just observing the Uniden R3 with version 1.3 firmware, how fast this thing was reacting to KA and other bands that I have available to kind of trigger it with. So my test bench real quick, here's an R3. It's right now I've just got the lighter plug that's plugged into a 12-volt power supply at the moment. This is a Dish Network low noise block amplifier and feed horn known as an LNBF. It's got two different antennas in it, and I've just got one of them plugged in right now. That's being powered at 19.1 volts. Soon it will be, because I've got a momentary interrupt switch that I gutted out of an old computer. Remember when you used to have buttons on your computer you could push to reset it? One of those. There's a K-band antenna back there, and this is one of my favorite ones from way back when. Some of you guys might recognize this. It won't set off this right now because I don't have it turned on, but this is a X-band transmitter. It looks just like a garage control. I got this a long time ago at a ham fest, for you ham radio kind of people. Okay, so the way that I do this test is pretty quick and easy. So I've just got the radar detector sitting on the bench. This switch right here will just put voltage into the LNB, and you'll see, just give it a quick push, and that'll then set off the detector because I'm putting 19.1 volts into that from my power supply. So I'll do a couple tests here. Folks asked to know, first of all, what the test setup was, and then to look at some of the reactivity. So I'll make the reactivity side a little different test because I'm going to put the R3 and the XP quote-unquote next to each other. I'm not going to run them at the same time because I don't know if there's any interference between the two, but that's just one way to just kind of take that out of the equation. Okay, this is part 2 of the video. So the first one was just looking at how this test bench was set up. So I'll walk you through the menu really quick. This is an R3 from Uniden with version 1.30
menu
in it as the firmware. So we'll just go through right now. We're in highway mode. Most people are interested in this. So K-band on, KA on, laser, pop off, KA pop off, filter is on for K-band, KA filter's on, TSF off, K-wide, KA narrow, KA priority, and then etc, etc, etc. Let's see the version and the database, which we won't use.
exit.
Okay, so here's the quick test. So the way that this works for me is this little button right there. This is going to put 19 volts into this LNBF right behind me from a Dish Network dish. That is a known KA band emitter. So those of you that have had reports, really weird falses every once in a while, like in your neighborhood, it might be one of these. So and this one I'm amazed about too. This thing picks up GPS. I'm in a basement. Okay, here we go. Ready? Watch my finger, and then you'll see how quick this thing reacts.
KA band.
Let it settle down one more time. And a third time. So you'll notice too is that this switch, I have to get it all the way down to the bottom of the stroke in here before it actually makes contact with the contact. So when I do push this down, it's not immediate. I can tell exactly when I hit bottom on this, so you'll see this again. Okay, next one is my Radenso. We'll see how that one does. Okay, so I'm going to have the Radenso in test mode to start out with, then I'll switch it back to highway. So here's what it looks like with my finger again.
KA band.
Do it one more time. And a third time. Okay, so here's a Radenso. We're going to take you through the menu real quick just to show you the settings. So
Smart user mode.
expert mode,
X-band. K-band.
K wide on, and then allows you then to
K-A
switch your
band.
bands. So right now I've got 2, 5, and 8 on.
K-A band. K-A band. K laser. Pop TSR filter mode. BSM filter mode. TS auto mute. City display mode. Drive GM red speed red light user GPS voice mode. GPS test mode. Delete firm database for firmware version.
1.29.
Database for factory exit.
Okay, let it settle for just a second there. And again, I'm amazed that the GPS in the basement. This thing's always been good. Both Uniden and Radenso XP have been fantastic GPS. So just a little bit different reactivity here. So we'll go in the button.
KA band 33.8.
You can notice the Radenso ramps up a little bit too versus the, I don't know what the algorithm is in it, but it starts always at 1 when it first sees it and then ramps up to about 4 or so.